On today's episode of To Be Hero X, episode 20, we got ideals that will never be reached, fears leading to heroism, and we got that overwhelming force that is X. You're now watching Anime Intake. Mic check, mic check. I said it last week, I'm gonna say it again. Howard is still on vacation. Send him your best wishes and all that good stuff. He's probably somewhere with his toes in the sand or whatever. But this show ain't gonna stop. We had To Be Hero X episode 20. Now I'm forced to understand what episode this is. One job. Act like you've been here before. Say it with me. Dan the Man. Howard always said Dan the Man. Now I'm just going by Dan. And I'm the biggest fan of To Be Hero X right now. I just seen this episode and my brain is gone. I'm at a loss for words. I have not been at a loss for words for anime in so long, and this sparked a little something in me. Now, if you haven't seen last episode, I'm gonna give you a little quick recap. At this point, I'm gonna have to turn highlights into I was right. We mentioned it before, Isol is an assassin. Ghostblade is an assassin. How are you a hero and an assassin at the same time? Make it make sense. This world has no heroes, but Nice can fly. Why did that just hit me? Nice can fly, but he jumped off a cliff. And nobody else find that weird? All right, that's enough. A lot of the times I was right. And all that means to me is they about to catch me slipping. When you right there on the cuff of understanding what's going on, To Be Hero X, you're done. They gonna take it right back. But look, y'all know the motto, act like you've been here before. Hit subscribe right there. And if you want to talk about whatever anime you're currently watching, join the Discord right here. Where all anime hobbies and non-anime hobbies are discussed. Join the community. But before I get any further, ratings. It's a good thing Howard's not here, because when I say this episode was a 10, I've been riding this anime for so long, saying this show is so confusing, is this, is that. This episode 20, was a 10. And I thought about it, I said, wait a minute, I've never given this episode a 10, I don't believe. And this was the one. So much information was revealed to me that like, I had a system overload. My brain was fried. Like, it was really so good. It was so good. I went live on TikTok to talk about it. It was that good. I've been saying that this whole show, not this whole show, most of the show, honestly. You can't trust nobody here. You can't. And I'll tell you why as we move into the highlights. Now, my highlights is never in order, but Nice was created by fear. Who would have thought that? Not only is Nice created by fear, but he's also a killer now. These people are everybody's a straight killer, honestly. They will take your last dollar. Don't trust them. Don't ever trust them. Look, J. Cole told you, no role models. They not here right now. Do not. Nice. Mr. Perfect came through and started beating up Lolly. Bro, Lolly's like what? Shimmy, 16, 17? I don't know how old Lolly is. Honestly, I don't know how. But like 23. I don't know. But Nice is a hero. Mr. Perfect came through and put hands, feet, cape, rock all over her. He was trying to take her out. Now Isol, we already know Isol how he is. He get it from the mud. He a little different. But Nice? No way, bro. I thought Nice was an alien, like I said last episode. Turns out, we're gonna get there later. But turns out, Nice is just scum low key. My next highlight before we get any further, I just like being right. But I don't want to bore you with me being right. So I'm gonna tell you how I was right. These companies are media companies. They said it themselves. They exposed themselves early on. They said, we are a media company. I said, wait, what? I thought you was a hero agency. How you become a media company all of a sudden? So you've been telling me this whole time, like I thought, because there's no heroes or villains. It's all TV. You know, this is Zeus Network. To Be Hero X is Zeus Network or BET. One of them. It's reality TV where everything is scripted. It's like they get some crazy stuff off. But all these media companies, you have to think about it. If you're a hero in these media companies, why would you want to sign to a media company? What do you get out of it? Howard said it. It's like the record company, because you want a Grammy to do what? You want to play the game to get a Grammy to do what? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Look, I'm on to y'all. I'm on to y'all. Now I know y'all want me to get into fight scene, so I'm gonna get into it. Lolly, Isol, Nice, Johnny, Queen. I knew Queen was gonna pull up and be the factor to stop everything. Now I didn't know that Queen knew who Big Johnny was. I was not aware of that. So I thought Queen was gonna come here and fight Big Johnny. Queen is the only person that can stop Big Johnny. They just pull that out of nowhere, cool. I'm on y'all side. Hey, we won. Out of everybody there, Isol had the easiest fight because not only is Isol pure tech, Isol was fighting Ghostblade, who was unarmed. He had like a butter knife on him for real. And Johnny's not even a fighter for real. Now Nice was fighting against Lolly. Lolly's whole suit, it can contain fear. I don't know how it affects trust, but I think it's supposed to chip away at trust as much as it does fear. That's my assumption. But look, I'm not here to be knowing everything, but I do know enough to say that the DOS, MG, fake treatment, I can say treatment a little bit. They some bad dudes for real. They some bad dudes. Lolly, man, I don't know what she's gonna become in the future, but she has to go renegade. She gotta go rogue on these people. Whoever she was fighting, those masked dudes, they're not human. They're not human. They're some ectoplasm, copy clones, henchmen, made of fear. I don't know what they had going on, but they're not human. She essentially was killing them. A hero was killing people. Similar to Zero. They mentioned Zero, which goes into my next highlight of this episode. This episode was fire. All around fire, honestly. Which goes into my next highlight. That if anybody was a villain, Zero is the original villain. Zero is the top of the top. He was the first top. They say he was godlike in the heroes. And then he killed somebody and he became the top villain so that everybody band together to defeat Zero. Our expectations, my expectation for the hero is of like a hero villain anime. This ain't it. They said we're gonna do whatever we want to do. You're gonna watch it, you're gonna be confused, but you're gonna understand in the end. You're gonna understand. Because at the end of the day, all these corporations using fear, trust, your grandma, anybody to get what they want. And what they want is that breach, that cheddar, that ching. They want your money. They saw Big Johnny, what happened? Figurines of Big Johnny. Who buying them? The kids. Where the kids getting the money from? The parents. Taking all your paper. All of it. Run it. Not me. Not me. Since this episode was so confusing to me, honestly, and I would say confusing because so much happened and my brain couldn't handle it. My brain couldn't handle it because towards the end we realized that the end of this episode was leading to the beginning of episode 1. Timeline wise, everything that happened has happened in the past, which we thought because they told us that. But you kind of forget, you just follow the timeline. Then remember, wait a minute. What happened to Nice? They had a whole different art style. They had us lost in the sauce for real. Now we jumping into hot takes. I don't have too much hot takes. Like I said, my brain, I was too excited. I was just like, I'm watching, this is amazing. It's got a 10, this is amazing. The person in the tomb that Rock is a disciple of, Zero. We assuming, speculation, pure speculation. Put down in the comments who you think Zero is and who's in the tomb that Rock has. We don't know. Last but not least, before we get out of here, I want to say I do believe that X has fear and trust together. I thought Nice did, because Nice was born by fear, apparently. But he has trust of the people. But I'm thinking that X, because he switches from his black suit and white suit, it's kind of like his fear and trust. Apparently we got 4 more episodes to go. We still have Ahu, and Dragon Boy, whatever. At this point, the show could have ended. We could have been waiting for season 2 right now. I've been fine. But they want to add a little more. I ain't gonna stop you. If you made it this far, thanks for watching the video. And as always, hit them likes. That's all we got though. I'm out of here. I don't know what show could top this right now, but hey man, try your best. That's all, folks.